visit to Doha, and I want to thank His Highness Sheikh Tamim bin Al Thani for the warm hospitality and for the depth of the conversations and the progress we've made. This is the first ever visit by a sitting Canadian Prime Minister to Qatar. It marks a new era for our relationship, one in which we move from being close friends to strategic partners. Le Canada et le Qatar sont des partenaires naturels et des amis de plus en plus proches. Nous partageons de nombreuses valeurs, des forces complémentaires et des ambitions communes. Cet alignement constitue le fondement de nouveaux partenariats stratégiques que nous bâtissons. Un partenariat qui apportera davantage de stabilité, de prévisibilité et de prospérité, tant pour les Canadiens et les Canadiens que pour les Qatariens et Qatariens. In an increasingly dangerous and divided world, Qatar is an effective, expansive, and important force for peace. Our relationship has been forged over many years and by profound acts of friendship. Qatar helped evacuate more than 200 Canadians from Afghanistan in 2021 as the Taliban took power. During the pandemic, Qatar Airways played a vital role repatriating more than 15,000 Canadians from over 10 countries. Qatar has provided enormous humanitarian aid to Gaza and has opened channels.
Trump just got called out, not by Europe, not by the media, but by Canada's Prime Minister. Speaking from Qatar, Carney addressed Trump's threats over Greenland and labeled them for what they are, an escalation. Single word landed hard in Washington because it wasn't casual criticism or diplomatic hedging. It was Canada stepping into a moment many leaders are still trying to avoid. Canada didn't just react, it chose a side. Trump's latest move was blunt, threatening tariffs on European countries if they refused to support the sale of Greenland to the United States, further escalation if they continue to back Denmark. Economic punishment used to force a territorial outcome isn't diplomacy. It's coercion. Carney treated it exactly that way. When asked about the announcement, he didn't downplay it or dismiss it as rhetoric. He called it an escalation. In diplomatic language, that word is loaded. It signals danger, instability, and a shift from pressure to provocation, and that's precisely the line Trump crossed. Carney was explicit. Greenland's future is not for Washington to dictate and cannot be bullied into existence with tariffs or threats. It belongs to the people of Greenland and to Denmark. No deals under duress, no borders for sale, no economic blackmail disguised as negotiation. Saying this publicly, from Qatar, Carney made sure it wasn't a private disagreement. It was a global signal. He then went further, placing Greenland's security squarely within NATO, confirming Canada has already been coordinating with European and Nordic partners, NATO leadership, and Greenland's Prime Minister. That wasn't rhetoric. It was alignment. When asked what he would say directly to Donald Trump, Carney's reply was blunt: everything I just said. That's the moment the story changed. This wasn't a reactive comment. It was a line drawn. Politics, silence is permission and ambiguity is tolerance. Carney offered neither. Canada formally rejected the idea that economic threats can be used to rewrite borders or intimidate sovereign nations into submission. European leaders had already begun pushing back. NATO partners were uneasy. Carney didn't hedge between them. He locked arms with them. This point on, Trump isn't dealing with quiet resistance or isolated disagreement. He's facing a coordinated front willing to say out loud that his tactics are dangerous, destabilizing, and unacceptable. Isn't escalation from Canada, it's containment. And once a leader is being contained, the rules change. This moment mattered for another reason too. On the same day, Carney confirmed that Qatar has committed to strategic investment in Canada's nation-building projects, real capital for infrastructure, energy, term economic capacity, and defense cooperation. Not speculative money, not symbolism. Projects that get built, industries that scale, that materialize. Just days after deepening ties with China, Canada secured backing from one of the world's most powerful sovereign investment states. Carney's words were deliberate. Canada and Qatar are now strategic partners. That backing changes everything. A year ago, a statement like this might have been brushed off. Today it can't be, because Carney is no longer speaking from the sidelines. He's speaking from the center of a rapidly forming global network, aligned with Europe on sovereignty, with China on trade, with Gulf states on capital and long-term investment. When Carney takes a position now, it carries weight. Other leaders aren't asking whether Canada will stand firm. They're watching where Canada stands, because that signals where serious, stable partners are lining up. That's what unsettles Trump most, not criticism but relevance. He's used to bilateral pressure, one country at a time. Carney is building multilateral gravity. And when gravity shifts, threats stop working, fear spreading through Washington. Isn't that Canada disagrees with Trump? And that changes everything. If you want clear, unsanitized analysis as Canada navigates a volatile geopolitical moment, subscribe to Capital Insight. And tell me this, Carney just draw the line Trump didn't expect anyone to draw.